Welcome back to Flow Made Simple. I'm Coach Lachlan, and today I'm teaching two amazing drills you can use in your next workout using my personal favorite grip, Battle Grip. I love this grip for two reasons. It's powerful every time I complete a strike with it, and it also offers a very easy way to get into center grip. So then I can create all these nice circles and still move right back into powerful strikes. Now today's drills are going to focus on two strikes in particular. We're going to have a regular down strike using some footwork, and then we are going to do something really cool called a crescent cut. And I'm really excited to dive into that with you. Now, we have to make sure that we can do the first version of the drill before we move on to that crescent cut. And here's how we're gonna do it. This first drill looks like this from warrior stance, stepping out to the side, and simply switching and striking. That's it. Nice and simple. Anyone can do this one. Now here's how to do it. First things first, you got to figure out how to do a down strike. So I'm gonna go from warrior stance, both hands bottom of the mace, bring one hand up to center grip, roughly top of the knurling and grip. I'll shift the mace slightly to the side of my body so that the high hand is in front of the same side shoulder, and then I'll strike down across the body, arresting the momentum. And that's all that the down strike is. So that's step one. Step two is the switch. Now to switch the mace, I have to do one thing very well. I have to use the tail of the mace to angle the mace vertically, and then I can slide the hand up and switch like so. And that's all there is to it. So I just have to angle the mace to switch, and then I can strike. And simply repeat. So that's the two parts that you needed to know. And the last is going to be the footwork. Footwork is super simple. I'm going to be in a lateral lunge, and you can step out. If you'd like to, you can mirror me. I'll also flip around in a second so you can follow along. And I'll simply have this nice down strike. I'll push down on the tail of the mace to switch, and then switch which leg is bent as I strike. And that's all that this drill is. So let's practice a couple repetitions together. You can grab your mace if you haven't yet and join me. So we'll start in warrior stance, both hands bottom of the mace. Bring one hand up to that center grip, top of the knurling, and shift the mace to the side. From here, my left leg steps out and strikes down. Push down on the tail of the mace to make it go vertical, slide the hand up and switch. So now my left hand is high, my left leg is still bent. And then I'll strike and bend my right leg. Push down on the mace and switch, and then strike. Left leg bends. And same thing, I'll switch and strike. Switch and strike. Switch and strike. We'll do a few more. Switch and strike. Switch and strike. Switch and strike. Switch and strike. Now I have one more way to make this even more interesting. So you can join me back. You can stand up again, come back into warrior stance with both hands bottom of the mace. And I'll reset this. Now we're gonna add an extra step in this time to make it more demanding on the lower body. So I'll bring my right hand back up to that center grip and shift to the side. I'm gonna step out to the side of my left leg once more and strike. Down strike. Now next, I'm gonna push off the bent leg as I switch, so it's more challenging. I'm gonna angle the mace up, push off the bent leg and switch. And then now right leg steps out. And there you go. Push down on the mace to angle it up, push up to center, switch, and then step out with the left leg. Switch the mace and push up, right leg out. Switch the mace and stand up, left leg out. Switch the mace, stand up, right leg out. Switch the mace, stand up, left leg out. One more, switch the mace and up, and then down. From there, you can push back to warrior stance and take that to a rest. So that's an excellent drill to use. As you can see, it gets the upper body working because we're in that battle grip, having to control the heavy end of the mace far from our own center of gravity. And we also get the benefit of lunging and having the steps so we can get our heart rate up and get our legs working. The last bit of that is of course the coordination, because the upper body and lower body have to be timed correctly. So it's an excellent drill. And if this is feeling challenging for you, you can watch the next section, but definitely practice this one more first. Now the second drill uses something called a crescent cut, and it's a ton of fun. It's actually the reason I wanted to make this video today, and you feel like a warrior on every single repetition. Now it is quite a bit more challenging, and that's because of the crescent cut itself. You'll notice that when we did the down strike, the mace moved in a very straight line on every single repetition. With the crescent cut, the mace is going to start angled one direction, comes back across, and then down. And you can see I made a nice crescent shape as I did that. And in order to achieve that, the primary thing is we have to make sure that when we switch the mace, it's pointing the same direction that it finished in. i.e., when I finished in this down strike, at the end of the crescent cut rather, I switch and it points the same way the crescent cut did when it finished. So the start and then the finish, the start and then the finish. And so we're switching sides, but every single repetition begins by pointing the same way. And there's a very different switch we have to use, because with the regular down strike, we simply angled the mace up and then we were able to switch. Right now, we don't want to push down on the tail of the mace to angle it. Instead, we want to keep even pressure between the tail and the center grip hand so that we can create float. And you can even practice this as you watch me right now. You can practice keeping the mace even. I want to keep it perfectly horizontal, putting just enough pressure through the tail and just enough pressure through the center to get it up. And once you get comfortable with this, then you're ready to actually try the switch itself, which will make my center grip hand go to the tail and my tail hand go to the center, like so. I'm gonna float and switch. And then I'm in position for that crescent cut. And so we'll do a few repetitions together here. We're gonna do the whole drill all at once because it just makes sense to do so. You can see I'm in this lateral lunge, same footwork that we just did in the first drill. So you can come into warrior stance, both hands bottom of the mace, bring one hand up to center grip and shift it to the side. Left leg steps out, and we'll just down strike to begin. Now next, we are going to create that float. So I want to keep even pressure between the tail hand and the center grip hand, lifting the mace up, and then I'll switch the hands. And the mace should point the same direction that you see me pointing it right now. It should be pointing towards the right. And then I'm going to straighten the mace out, so it points up, switch which leg is bent, and strike down. And there you go, that was your first crescent cut. And we'll just repeat that. So I'm going to keep even pressure through the tail hand and the center grip hand to lift the mace up, create that float, switch the hands. Mace points left right now. Point the mace in and across towards the right, and then strike down. And then same thing, create that float, switch, and strike. And you can see I'm switching which leg is bent, so I'm always striking down towards the straight leg. And so I'm switching those knees every single repetition. And again, float the mace and strike. 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 And you can continue just a couple more repetitions at your own pace. You can see the fastest part of this drill is when I float the mace and switch my hands. I like to arrest the momentum and then pull it in a very controlled arc as I switch which leg is bent. And I'm simply repeating. So very nice. Now there's one more thing that we're going to do in this drill to make it even better. And we're gonna be adding in that step. So you can keep practicing with me. We're gonna finish strong here. Both hands bottom of the mace in warrior stance. One hand rises up to center grip. Shift to the side here so we're in battle grip. Left leg out to the side. Down strike. Now we're gonna speed up the timing of the legs as well. So here you go. I'm gonna float the mace and catch, stand up and then strike. I'm gonna do one more repetition, slow down. So switch the mace, stand up and strike. And now we'll speed it up all the way. So I'm gonna switch as I stand up. So float and switch and strike. Float and switch and strike. Float and switch, strike. And simply repeat. You can sense the sheer amount of coordination that's required to achieve this. I'll do one more rep here, and then I'll push back to warrior stance. And there you go, my friends. Very well done on these drills. Try them out in your next workout and let me know how they go. And if you would love more tutorials like this, more workouts to use with your Steel Mace so you can learn Steel Mace Flow, I have a free 57-page Steel Mace Essentials ebook in the description down below. Just click it, you'll get instant access, and it's a 14-day course that guides you through that ebook so you can succeed with your Steel Mace in a very short period of time. Thank you so much for watching, and may the mace be with you.